What time is it? It's journey time, and time for another creative journey using Stampin' UP products. Hello, my name is Kathy Haynes. Today we're going to take a creative journey creating this adorable pop-up card. So it stands freely, and it also folds flat so that you can mail it. So it'll fit in a regular invitation A2 envelope. So I think it's really, really fun. I posted it and a lot of people asked for a video, so I thought I'd go ahead and make a video. I'll show you another alternative I made. I'll be making this one at my next workshop, and this is using the Simply Zinnia suite. Isn't that beautiful? See how it pops up? Can you see all it's just so much fun. I love creating bouquets. And then this one is just so special. I think anybody getting this card would be impressed. So here we go. This is the Cheerful Daisies set, the bundle, the suite. And I just love it. So I also use one of my favorite called Forest Foliage, I think. But any greenery that you have, this comes with the Cheerful Daisies, and this also. But this other foil, you know, the plant stuff, I'm going to be using the leaves and stuff, is going to be from the I think it's Forest Foliage. It's a retired set. But any, you know, greenery would do. I've also went ahead and put some bling on it because, you know, it's nothing without the bling. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to do, I think we're going to go ahead and do all the molding, so flower molding. And flower molding is one of my favorite things to do because you bring paper to life. Now, when you mold, if you're going to add color, you would color it first. So let's go ahead and add some color. And on these daisies, the colors I'm going to be using is, I'll show you. So the outer color is Blushing Bride, and the center areas are Moody Mauve. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I'm going to use the small blending brush and my Blushing Bride. And you're just going to want to go in and get that inked up. It's always good to tap off, and then I'll wipe down this area, but tap off before you start. And it's okay to do the center because you're going to cover that up with a darker color. So we're just going to ink up each of these daisies. Whoops, tapping at the wrong time. That's why I can't even clap. In church, I have to watch other people. So I'm just getting some color on the leaves, and the centers don't matter. Okay, and now these are the pop-up pieces. So if you look at these these daisies, they're double layered, which makes them just even more come to life. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on these. I'm going to put my Blushing Bride down, and I didn't tap off, so I kind of got a blotch. Do as I say, not as I do. We've got that one, this one, and one more. So got some color going on there. And this last piece here. Okay. Now I'm going to come back in with a finger dauber because I want to isolate a smaller area. It's just better to do it with a dauber. So this is Moody Mauve, and even on the top pieces you need to do this. So ink it up. Let me move this out of the way. This is the Moody Mauve. Tap, tap. And I just want to get the center pieces done. So just like that. You can go out of the lines a little bit. The top of that one. And the darker color just makes it pop, and it makes the lighter colors come out more. All right, now the only thing we have left to do are our leaves. So leaving it on there, I'm going to go ahead and move these aside. I'm going to those aside. Go ahead and ink up. I'm using Old Olive. and I'm just going to be careful. So that is how you get different colors on this. So if you think, how do I have leaves? I can't cut it out of colored cardstock. You could cut it off, you know, but, and here's a leaf I already did, so I'm just gonna keep this leaf. You could cut it off and then you could use colored cardstock to do these and add, then cut off that part in the colored cardstock. But I just love, gives so much more life to it when you blend it yourself. So what do you think? Let's go ahead and wipe this area down. Where is my towel? Grab one, hold on. Okay, because you definitely don't want to get ink on the rest of your area. Okay. So for now, I'm going to put my color away. Well, first I'm going to do the foliage. So this is what I was talking to you about. And these I've cut out of colored cardstock, like we were just talking about. But to give them depth, I'm going to add more shading. So I'm going to take some Old Olive, and this is Old Olive cardstock. And I like to start at the bottom to make the bottom a little bit darker. And then pull it out. And then again, we'll just do all these leaves because you can choose which leaves you're going to use. And you see, it just gives it more life when you brush some color on it. All right, now we are definitely done with the Old Olive, I think. Okay, put this Blushing Bride. Close it for now, because we will be using it again. All right, so we have all our elements here. Now we're going to do the molding. So let me wipe this off again. Spray it a little bit. Wipe that color off. Now on to bringing these flowers to life. So how you do it is you're going to spray mist, just a squirt mist this lightly on the back. I'm going to do it off camera. Okay, I'm going to lay that down. And then I'm going to take each piece of the flowers right now and do that. Okay. And the other one. You don't want to do too many pieces because you don't want your cardstock to completely dry out. Now the reason you use the water on the back is it breaks down the fibers on the cardstock. So once you mold them, when they dry, they're going to stay better in the position you wanted them in. So I'm going to take a molding tool. And I'm just going to give my flowers, so just push, 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 and give them some life. So you're working on the back, and you're letting it curl up, because when we turn it over, we're going to pop in the middle, and it'll pop back up. So don't think, oh no, they're curling the wrong direction. They're absolutely not. All right, that's one flower done. And you could take your time, and you could do these with a smaller molding tool and make it just beautiful. But for the sake of time, we're just going to do it with a medium size molder. Okay, now we're going to do the leaves also. The leaves, I use a bigger one there because I want it to really, there we go. Yes, I have a bunch of random molding tools. So now on this one, I want to use a bigger molding tool. So this is the biggest one I have on hand. So I'm going to push in the middle. Push in the middle and even push on that dot. See how it just brings it back up so everything is up. Now we're going to set that aside to dry. We're going to finish these. Okay, in fact, I'm going to squirt them one more time because it's hot in here. I had to turn the fan off for the video, so I'm just going to squirt them one more time. There we go, because you don't want them to dry. Okay, and now I'm just going to go back and do this. This one, like, you could use a very tiny one and make it very intricate if you want to take the time. It really is like creating your own bouquet. And even though they're daisies, you can make these daisies whatever color you want. Now I'm going to turn them all over and give them a push in the middle. Here I'm going to push on the edge and then in the middle. So you see how that goes? All right, so we let our flowers dry, and then we're going to do the same thing to our foliage. Sentiment and foliage. Those are really hard for me. Okay, off camera, I'm going to spray. And I'm going to spray this one. And let's get started creating some foliage. It just brings it to life, doesn't it? I think this card is so much fun, and it could be for a birthday, for a wedding, for congratulations. It's just an all-occasion card in springtime. Thinking of you, hello friend. All right, so that one we're going to put to dry, and this one. Now I want to push right there on this one because I want it to go down here so it lays on the paper and it kind of comes up. On this one, we're going to be cutting it up a little bit. So I could do it right here, but I could do it after I cut it too. So that is it for the flower molding. We are finished. Now we got to create our bouquet. So I've already pre-cut using the Thoughtful Expressions die cuts. They're so beautiful, and I'm using them on several cards, this for sentiments and layers and everything. So let's go ahead and get started with this. I'm going to go ahead and use, what kind of glue do I have up here? Let me grab my Tombow. Okay, so I'm going to use Tombow. This is a larger one that I got on sale. Stuff off of there, and you're just going to line it up. Okay. I think that's about right. Isn't that pretty? And now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And I think this time I'm going to make this a thank you card. So I'm going to use this thank you from the Simply Xenia. And I'm going to use the Moody Mauve. Actually, I want to use Blackberry Bliss, because that's going to bring out the Blackberry Bliss that we use on the back panel. Now you say that 4 times. Blackberry Bliss that we used on the back panel. Is it just me? Towards the top, I want to put thank you so much. There we go. So that was Blackberry Bliss. And now we're going to build our bouquet. Are you ready? This to me is the fun part. So this is all together, which is perfect, but I'm going to cut this stem off because where I'm going to place it is not going to be right there. Okay, I'm going to use it, but I'm going to turn this over first, lying to you. I'm going to glue these pieces. So only place you're going to put glue is on these edges, and do not use a lot of glue. Dot, 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 dot. Okay. And then just kind of line it up. And take right there. Push in there. Hold it for a second. And the second piece is this one. Now, when you're doing this, just be careful, because if you don't let your flowers dry, you know, the glue doesn't stick as well. And you can see where it goes. There's two little ones and a little one. There's two little ones and a little one. So when you're looking at these, you really can find where you're supposed to put them. Hold it, hold. And now the last one. And this goes. You can see on this one, there's 3 little dots. Can you see that? I don't know, the widest part of my hand. See the 3 little dots? And then you want to put this right next to those. Whoops. So see that? That's where you want to put that. Go closer to the thing. Okay. And then you want to put this back on. They're still a little bit wet. So like I said, they'll have a harder time sticking. So kind of push them as they dry. Okay. Now this one we're going to turn over. And we're going to put some glue here, here, and here. And then that's why I like them being stuck together. They're not torn apart. So you're going to line them up just like that. And take something and kind of push it down. Get that one. Now I'm going to take this piece, kind of bend it flat, put some, whoa, that's another flower. Petals, petals everywhere. And I'm going to stick that right under here. So I just moved it a little bit from where it was. And then get under there with something. All right, then we have this leaf here. And I'm going to bend the bottom just a little, make it flat. Kind of put some glue on there and stick that right in there. Okay. And then put it where you want it. And then we're going to put this panel off to the side while we build the rest of our creation. But what do you think? Isn't that cute? I'll put that right up there. So the next thing we're going to do is start building our card. So on this desk, I have all the pieces I need. And all the dimensions and everything will be listed below. I want you to know that I got this inspiration from an online crafter named Katja Kallinine. That's how I would say her last name. And she did a card using acetate and or a window sheet. A window sheet from Stampin Up is much thicker than acetate. I did do it with thin acetate to see, and it would not stand up. So you want to be sure to use a heavy gauge, at least 7.5 gauge, if not higher. And I think Stampin Up is even higher than that. So let's go ahead and do our layers. This is from the Cheerful Daisies Suite, 2-sided. Have to pick a side that you like. Sorry, that's the only thing I hate about 2-sided paper is the choice, because they're all so pretty. And I'm going to layer that right there. Okay. Now I want to do my back panel, but I need to stamp it first. So I'm going to show you how I stamped it. Okay. I have 2 of the daisy stamps right here, and I'm going to take the Blushing Bride and ink it up. This is the old Blushing Bride on this side. I already closed the other one. So let me try the other one, because I know it's going to be juicier, because it's a brand new. So when you're inking a bigger thing, it's really better to go like this and tap, 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 tap. No bending, wobbling. Tap, 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 tap. All right. So I know I want to go in the lower left corner. And let's see how I'll do this. I want to put it right about here, I think. So I'm going to stamp that down, hold it, give it time. When you're stamping, always give it time for the ink to set in. There we go. It looks darker than it will be. But now, there's just a trick I wanted to show you. You, instead of having to figure out where to put your centers, just put them like this, right where you want them. Take any kind of acrylic block, pick it up, and then ink up with Moody Mauve, and put it right back there, and it should be exactly right. Okay, there you go. Now you have your sentiment, your back sentiment. Put that aside. Put some glue on here. All right. Now here's our panel with stuff sticking to it. So make sure that you look to see which way, because these are, you can do them any way, but to me, there's always a way that looks better. All right, we're going to put that, center that right in that layer. That's our sentiment panel. Okay, so now we have this side and that side. Now we're going to work on the mechanism. So the mechanism, here are the dimensions. So I'm just going to hold this here for a second, and you can screenshot it. These are the same dimensions that Katya Kalinine listed on her video. So it is 7.5 inches by 2.5 inches. You're going to score at 1/2, 1/4, 2, 4, 4 3/4, and 5.5. And again, the dimensions will be listed below. So I've already done that on this piece of, this is actually, I thought it was berry, but it's not. It's sugar plum, some kind of soft sugar plum. It's a retired color, but it worked just perfect with this card. So now I'm going to valley fold on either side. So here's one side, and you want to make sure to get those creases good. And then the other side, you're going to go mountain, valley, mountain. So it'll look like that. This is a flap that we're going to use for gluing together. So it'll make a box. So go ahead and flatten out good. Score, score, score. Then on this little 1/2 inch flap, let me put some of this ink away before I put my elbow in it. We're going to use tear and tape. You could use Tombow or anything, but you just don't want any glue to go over the edges. So I'm just going to do it like that. And I'm putting it right by the crease, because that's where I need the hold to be. And let me move this. I am looking for my pick a tool. Hold on 1 minute. That pick a tool. Okay. So this tool is amazing. And we're going to pull that tear and tape up, throw that piece away. Make sure none is hanging over the edges. And then you just want to line up your back piece right on that. Once you know you got it, then you can push. Okay. And now you have your mechanism. That is it. That's all you need. So you could use tear and tape on this, but I prefer, I have this tape that works great. I get it at a discount store, and it's 1 inch wide. So I just think it's better for this project. I say that and I can't get it done. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up. You don't want any to go over. To get a straight edge, use a Hobby Lobby. I mean, use any kind of credit card or gift card and tear. Push it down. Of course, I have a Hobby Lobby gift card. What crafter doesn't? But card making, they've really started not selling much anymore. I remember when I used to love to go in, look at all this rubber stamps and the dies and everything, and now Hobby Lobby doesn't even sell dies. Okay. And it can be sticky. This can get sticky. Okay, Pull that up. Okay, now you're going to take your card base. Look at it. It doesn't matter at this point, but you're going to put the sticky side down. I'm going to stand up for this because you really want to close it and put it right in the center. Maybe even going a little bit more towards the top, but just a little tiny bit. Okay, there you go. Now we're going to do that again. So we're going to put sticky tape, making sure not to go over any edges. One more. If you do go over the edges, just fold the film back over itself because you do not want this to stick. You want it to pop out. Okay. All right, now for the fun part. This is kind of important. We have our film, but we want to lay it down here exactly right. This is the bottom of the card. I've double checked. I've also gotten stuff all over my card. But I'm going to push this down. And this is very important. It must line up. So I'm going to line this up with the corner down here. I'm looking right here on this corner and on the bottom. I want it to be exactly even. Okay. Then when I think I've got it right, I'm going to push it down. And there you go. Push it, get a good grip. So now you have your pop-up mechanism. See that? Isn't that fun? I just think it's so fun. Now we're going to add our bouquet. Well, to add our bouquet, this is why I use the 1-inch tape. We're going to do it again, right where we can see the mechanism is underneath the window sheet. And here, if you went over the edge a little bit, it really wouldn't matter. Everywhere else it does, but not here. Okay. Take that off. Now we're going to take our work of art, close this down, and here is our centerpiece. Isn't this so cool? And then you're gonna kind of push it down as you go so that you center it really good, and push. And there, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? But to make it pop out even more, I'm going to add bling. Hold on. I've got some. You could use any kind of bling you want, but I thought this would look really pretty. And this is the polished dots. I don't know if these are retired or not, but these are what I'm going to use today. So get my That's a Tool out, push, grab it. I'm going to put one up here, and then I want to put a smaller one. So see, they have little teeny tiny ones too. And you might even choose to use that other color. I think that's pale papaya. Right there. Put that one right there. Then I'm going to put one right there. I think I'll do the bigger size. Just right down there. A small one right up here. And then down here I want two. So I think I'm going to go right here. That's a tool. I mean, that's just amazing. You don't have to, if you don't have good small dexterity like me, that's just amazing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put one big one right over here. And 7. And then we have our bling. All right. So the only other thing, and I should have done this before, you guys didn't even warn me, is we want to cut off this top third of this foliage up here. Okay, kind of flatten it out, put some glue, If we had done it before we put the top on, it's a little bit easier, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna put some glue on the bottom. Then I'm gonna look in here and I'm gonna put it right in the corner. Now you wanna put it to where it doesn't go past the top, because this is the size of the card. It can smush in there a little bit. And just kind of push it down, but make sure you didn't put a lot of glue, because you do not want this sticking to that on the mechanism. All right. Now, if you did get glue there, you could go in with your embossing buddy or any anti-static powder and put some in there on it, and that would keep it from sticking if you make a mistake and you use too much. All right, so the next thing, we're going to use this one. A little bit of glue on here, and like I said, not too much. A little glue, especially Tombow, goes a long ways. And I'm going to put this one coming out of here. Okay, push down. And then I've got my little one up here already. So I'm going to add one more over here. So just pick which one you like and tear it off or cut it off. And it is your bouquet. I just love it. I could never be a florist, but I could put paper flowers together. Go. And I'm going to put that right under here. So I lift the flower, put it down there, and press. And there you have it. What do you think? Isn't that easy? I just love this set. So I also created for a workshop last week. I didn't do a video, and maybe I will, but I created this real cute card. So see, it's the same set, but different variations of what you can use for it. And then the same card fold with different variations of how you can use it. This card fold, I don't know that it has a name. I just love. I think I'm going to be using it a lot. And even this one will fold down and mail. See how small it gets? And then pop up. And then again, they can stand up on their own. Whoops. Unless you knock them over. There. Voila. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little creative journey. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified each time I upload a video. I've just started doing reels, and they're not really good. Did you get the pun? But I'm going to get better. Okay, we're just trying to get with the times. So I did do a couple of reels. I will be posting more. So be sure to hit that notification bell. So thank you for joining me on this creative journey. May all your layers be straight and even, and all your bling shine. But most of all, may you always find joy in your journey. Have a great day.